As I look down, I can see an empty beer keg standing beside a plastic bucket full of don't know what. And looking out further, a melange of undergrowth and rubbish and rocks and bricks and concrete and shoes, and then in the distance the marvellous vista of the motorway. It's like a dream come true.
What's the neighbourhood like round here, both of you?
Down in the ghetto, that's where the life is so cold.
We don't live in the ghetto. It's an inner city we live in.
It's an urban redevelopment scheme. Yeah. The council really wants to know.
Urban. You know what I mean? Remember, state the word.
This is one of the best neighbourhoods you could live. The way it's handed to the centre of town, also to the local village at Stockton Heath. So I just love living here. I have done since the first day we moved in, especially because of the people who live around here. But that's, forget that bit.
I know it's not mine. It's beyond my wildest dreams because it's really upmarket. And I'm not kidding you, I would never have dreamt in a million years when I was at Newcastle, I would be living in a place like this.
It's a lot better.
Much nicer.
Yeah.
Much nicer.
Lot bigger.
Yeah.
Lot
more
much
room.
more
Spacious, yeah.
More garden.
Yeah. Nice to have a garden, yeah.
And dare I say it, more than one loo.
Yeah.
My dream house would be like really modern day. There would be an elevator to go upstairs. So my feet get tired of going up to bed. I was just like, I have to keep on climbing it every hour.
That wall there, for about 3 foot up, was running with water when we moved in. And I was a long while trying to work out why.
No. No, what's a stupid question? Damn problem. No, I don't think so.
What do you mean by that, kind sir?
What do you mean, substance? Substance? What's a substance?
Subsidence.
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 Yeah.
Subsidence.
You're lean.
Yeah, I'm lean. Yeah, I've got a leaning problem. Yeah.
No, you mean if... What do you mean, Dad?
Subsidence? We don't get any subsidence here.
Nothing here at all.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I don't think we get it here.
I mean, some people lay stones on sand, but I don't agree with that. I lay stones on clay, which is what is underneath, and I use the Italian system of ramming it in sideways when it's moist, and then jumping on it. Jumping and jumping and jumping. You can actually cause yourself varicose veins if you do that.
It was built by boys who knew how to build houses in the 1950s, because that's built with brick. See? A lot of these houses you see now, they're just thrown up. This one was built putting one brick on top of the other. I think I'm here permanent now, absolutely permanent.
I've been here for over 2 years now.
Yes, I've been here about 2 years.
I've been here
I think I'm longer than you.
Yes. You would have, yes. I became...
I'm not sure how long I've been.
You were here when I came. I've been here 4 years. Must be 4 years.
I can't remember.
Enjoyed every minute
I think
of
I've been longer than 2 years, I'm sure of that.
You have been, yes.
Well, it's just nice to know that there's, like, I come here and there's people like Muriel and a few hundred, well, a few.
Yes,
yes,
a few.
And they're all the same. We're all here for the same purpose.
Companionship.
That's it.
Friendship, conversation. We talk about past lives sometimes, future. What we're going to do tonight.
Monday I wait for Thursday, Thursday I wait for Monday.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I know you
No,
didn't, but
mine
I
was
do.
I said to one of them, did you have a nice weekend?
But we did say that, I mean, we quite like it, don't we? We did say if we win the lottery, we'd put a swimming pool and we'd be quite happy here, wouldn't we? Like to somewhere sort of like warm in the winter and then come back here in the summer, because I do like it here.
Spain. Yeah.
Spain.
I'll go on Spain. I'll go.
I don't know, haven't really given it too much thought.
Big Miami would be nice.
I've noticed when you pass people down here and you're smiling, say good morning, you sort of wouldn't do that in Newcastle. In Newcastle, they would think you were soft. I mean, you just didn't do that. People just sort of walk past each other and bump into each other. But down here, it's just nice and friendly, and I like it. I mean, it's great.
It's friendly, although we don't mix. No, ain't the right word. We don't walk in and out of each other's houses, but everybody's friendly, everybody speaks when you see them. No, I can't think of anything I really dislike about it.
Well, you don't know what's round the corner, but I can't be doing with moving again.
Well, the shop's around the corner.
What do you mean, the shop's around the corner?
Well, there's the hairdressers, the shoe shop, the clothes shop.
What's that
And there
got
was a
to-
post office. Well, you said you never know what's round the corner, and I do. I do know what's round the corner.
Yeah, I'm not going to move them all. It's too hard to work, for one thing. This is where we are. We'll finish up here. I like it anyway.
What would I say I like about this neighbourhood? The views. I mean, the views are just as sunset to sunrise, sunrise to sunset. Wonderful views. Yeah.
Here comes the rain. Oh dear. I think it'll go. Seems to be.
It'll just be a passing drop.
With the bedroom with a big leak in the roof.
No.
Which we don't know where it's coming from because nobody's bothered to look.
Because I like to call myself lucky. But having your house struck by lightning on the first day when you move in seems to me that ain't such a lucky thing.
The stigmas in most species of Nymphaceae, the stigma, which is the female organ, actually gets warm by 3 to 6 degrees centigrade and emits a smell, a pheromone. And the pheromone attracts the insects. And the insects shush what?
The phone.
But the phone's interrupting me, not me the phone.
Yes, but...
Do you want me to stop?
I heard, through the body odor from others, we realize if we are genetically matching or not. And unfortunately, the way nature works is of odor rather than perfume, you know. So the way it is, I'm sorry, I can't change it, so I smell and I like to smell people as well. If I smell you in the street, don't be offended.
I went to an animal rescue charity in a very deprived part of northwest London. And I took one look at her, and something happened. It was one look, absolutely one look.
I didn't really like him actually, to be honest, at the beginning, because I thought it was a bit of a sort of know-it-all.
Oh yeah.
But the way he ate a sandwich, that was it really, and you could see his stomach. So yeah, that's why I quite liked him first of all.
You've got to be confident and optimistic. If you're pessimistic and always on the back foot, I don't think you get anywhere. So, you know, a bit of the old cockiness, you know, I think they'll like a bit of that.
I am sexy all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, which part of you?
Oh, all of
exactly?
me, of course. You know, that's... So I feel like that when I get out in the mornings, I feel very sexy. Most of the times you're not there, but there you are. You know, can't help that, can you? But do you feel sexy?
No, not particularly.
Well, it is early, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Of course I'm sexy. I can use my voice. I can tell you I love you. I can whisper this on your ear 100 million times and you will scream for more, more and more. I have a great smile, which you will never find anywhere else in this world.
It sounds corny now, but he used to always get the same chat line I say. You know what it is? You know the best part of your body? It's a bit in between the top of your head and the bottom of your feet. All of you. I say, you're lovely. I said, I've seen some lovely lasses in my time, but I said, but you must have been right ahead of the queue when they were dishing out the good looks. But when I was saying all these things, I had my fingers crossed.
Biggest turn on for me. Lovely bottoms. They must have a nice bottom. I don't know what it is. Not too bothered about the front bit, but the bottom bit I do quite like.
I'd never worried about size or shape. I've lived with mongrels for half my life. And suddenly here was I head over heels. In love or what?
It's lovely being in love. It makes you all twinkly and it makes you all happy. And sometimes I can't think straight, do you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking of him.
If you're looking for a disco dancing spring rabbit, then you would find me a bit boring. But if you are the kind of person who likes to sit around and moan a lot, then you could say I'm a very good companion.
No, actually, he's not too bad. He's not that unsavoury a person. I think he's all right.
Thank you.
I'm really intolerant.
I'm not that unsavoury a person.
The thing is with you, your mother did everything for you. And then when you come up to me, you're ruddy bloody useless.
Obey, that's what the vicar
No,
said.
I didn't. When we got married, I did not obey.
Obey.
No, I didn't obey.
Obey.
No.
I have lots of trapped air that has to get out somehow. And that's really bad when you're sleeping with someone. And methane gas is lighter than air, so you end up on the ceiling. And so that's why I choose not to sleep with anybody, and that's why I don't have a partner for a long time. It's all not my fault, it's the methane gas fault.
I've got about, wait, let me count. 19 boys fancy me, but I don't fancy them. I actually fancy Roo and he fancies me because you're pretty, that's why. I'm really gonna get in for that.
I used to be very romantic when I was younger. I think everybody who's younger is very romantic, you know. Fall in love, thinking about the partner, doing different things to them in your head.
Romantic? No, not really.
Yeah, you
no,
are. You are. Really, really
nonsense. No, I don't think so.
I think you are. You're very thoughtful. You are.
You've never said that before.
Oh, I'm not on tape then, am I?
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit romantic. I like to lavish gifts upon my my wife, and and I do like to treat her to things that I know that she likes.
Trip down Tesco's.
Trip down Tesco's.
Yeah,
she loves all that stuff.
What about me?
Are you romantic?
You tell me.
No, you're not.
Aren't I?
No.
I am.
No, you're not.
You're just saying it now.
No, you're not. I'm not.
I am actually.
I do believe in love at first sight.
But I'm not saying it does anyone any good. What happens after that? That's as much as I'm saying.
There you go. We've got 3, you see. But there's one I can never remember her name. She does a lot of riding. I'm trying to think of a flipping name now. What's she called? Well, let's just call her Rosie for today. Yeah, Rosie. Good old Rosie.
Oh! I've pulled a muscle.
I like seeing friends and just sort of taking it easy and just sort of being comfortable but not extravagant.
I'm just like sitting down, eating, drinking, being merry, really.
Christmas is celebrating something to do with God, yeah? But then again, do you believe in God? You know? It all goes around that sort of thing, like. Yeah. So I think Christmas is a time where people just goes out and just goes mad and buying people's gifts and stuff like that.
Christmas is Jesus' birthday, I think, but I think it's not the exact date. I think something else happened on that day, but I'm not exactly sure.
Christmas. I love... I go everywhere at Christmas time with my mistletoe attached to my glasses, and then I can kiss all the chaps that I've come in contact with. I managed to get the caretaker. Well, I didn't manage to catch him because I had my mistletoe on, and he was in the car park, and I went up to him and I showed him my mistletoe, and he ran, and he's a really fast runner, and I couldn't catch him.
It's just the excitement of actually, just still get a bit of a thrill out of it, after all these years. Brings me back to my childhood.
As I get older, I like hearing Christmas carols, and that's quite nice sometimes, but if it's cold at Christmas and there's snow on the ground, it's lovely that side of it.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. So much fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. So, dashing through the snow on one horse open sleigh.
I love dressing up, I love dressing up at Christmas, The flashing earrings and all the tacky stuff, I just like the atmosphere and seeing the kids' faces, and just always liked it.
So, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin flew away.
I used to love it when I was a kid, but I've been a bit busy these past couple of years, so I've not really noticed it. It's just flown by and then it's been completely gone. And the telly's so absolutely appalling. Just don't really see it go by. I feel really awful for saying that because I'm not miserable.
Christmas Eve we get off early, so they'll run around all these mad places. Sometimes you get a bit jealous that everyone else is still snuggy and wrapped up in their beds and you're out there in the freezing cold, but it's got its compensations. Being appreciated, that's the nicest part of it, when you are appreciated.
I think it should go back to the way it was, like the old pagan days. Christmas.
Celebrating nature, just sit down with a big plate of organic food, that'll do.
Midwinter's feast on winter solstice.
She makes a marvellous cook. She makes a big turkey or chicken. There's a variety of pork as well. Little sausages wrapped in bacon. Little prawn cocktails to start off with.
I don't really enjoy a proper Christmas meal. I did used to like a nice bit of turkey and stuffing and spuds and all the vegetables, but it's just salad and spuds for me now, I'm afraid.
Trifle, it's always good. I'm always starving, so that's really what Christmas, I suppose, means to us.
There's always an argument, isn't there? And sometimes even the turkey ends up on the wall.
I think even if you hate turkey, you've got to have it at Christmas. I think it's the law.
Delicious turkey.
Turkey butties, a bit of stuffing on it, you can't beat it.
And a bit of cranberry sauce on mine.
No, you can't beat that.
I do feel that I'm being pulled in all directions. They're all going to get a piece of me.
So we had the normal sort of, lunch and then sort of all sat around playing a few games. And we had this great room, because we've actually moved since, but it was a converted barn, and it was just one massive old stone barn with a snooker table in it. It turned out to be a bit of a party, which, less of the sort of family stuff, but more of the sort of, let's have a great old time.
When I'm closing my eyes, I go 1 reindeer, 2 reindeer, 3 reindeer. I count them. And that's what makes me go to sleep.
It's best if you're a kid, because then you ask for something. Like the new underwater man with the special tanks on his back and the flippers. And instead of that, you get this big chemistry set, and you're 6 years old, and you've got 50 test tubes full of chemicals to play with. And you look at it and you go, oh, thanks.
As far as exchanging presents goes, well, I've given up with that idea.
I think people get more stupid with their money at Christmas. The amount of stuff that people buy, I think people buy things just for the sake of buying them. They don't actually think, this is useful, you know what I mean?
You can get like a stocking, like a selection box, but a selection stocking for pets.
Well, that's different than selling your cat a card, isn't it? Because what can a cat do with a Christmas card?
Yeah, I can imagine a farmer sending a card to his herd.
For the cow at Christmas.
Not to be confused with the wife or anything.
I'm obviously not crazy enough with my presents, but one thing that I always give, and it's the best present because I was giving it myself, that was the fondue set. The best present in the world. Great.
Yeah. It's nice giving things. I came across an old saying. I love old sayings. They last because they're true. The grasping hand is never full. To be full, the hand has to give.
The only thing I ever got given to me because I didn't want to buy it was a pair of white fronts. I think that was the only thing ever given to me that wasn't a Christmas present. But I can certainly give it something for a Christmas present.
I think it's tough for us. Imagine what it's like for Santa, sort of. How many billions of people does he have to deliver to? And he does it in about 4 hours. So he's a pretty cool guy. Especially for the size of him. He's a big fat belly. I don't know how he does it.
Brilliant.
And I had one of the most startling, not scary experience of my life. I actually bumped into, you mentioned a reindeer before, it's a deer, a reindeer, or a big animal, and I scared it, scared me, I scared it. We scared each other. Boom, completely dark apart from just a light from the stars.
People probably say to you, it must be tough having to work all Christmas. That is the sort of peak time. You can use all your different skills, your comedy.
Happy birthday, Santa! Happy birthday, Jesus! Happy Christmas, everybody!
I think the egg came first.
I think
to give birth, so the chicken could come out, and then the chicken can have more eggs.
But where would the egg come from?
Oh yeah, but if you think about it, an egg is going to become a chicken, but it's being but then the chicken's going to would be an egg. So if you think about chickens after the egg, I think egg comes first.
Yeah, but maybe the chicken might have come from another animal, like a rooster.
There's sterile waters somewhere, and the volcanic chemicals and all that has started life, and then we've evolved from that. What I do find hard is the fact that we've actually evolved from something so minuscule, like so microscopic, to the dinosaurs, to us.
I think that we come from some kind of chemical explosion that caused some form of life to be created, and that we eventually slithered out of the sea, and it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but eventually we're going to be extinct.
I think we are a process of evolution. I think we are not the top of the pinnacle. We are just a branch, I think.
Yeah, I'm completely conscious of the fact that I'm actually just a cloud of potential, of which primarily water molecules. If you looked at me across time, you would see a cloud of water molecules form and momentarily become brine and then move off again.
I can't bring myself around to thinking we came from the sea.
No, I don't think great-great-granddad was a fish.
Slimy then, wouldn't
Yeah, I'm sure that we came from the sea, most definitely, because it just seems, you know, when I get into water, I naturally want to start frolicking, and I think that must mean that, you know, so we came out of the sea and crawled onto land for some reason. I don't know why, and it's a shame. I think it'd be great if we all went back to being aquatic.
I don't know. I think we're more likely to have originated from on land because we haven't got we've got gills, haven't we? But maybe, you know.
Well, they're always looking for this missing link, aren't they? And they've never found it yet. The connection between us and monkeys. I mean, what sort of idiot wants to prove he's come from a monkey?
The difference between me and a monkey would be mainly that monkeys, they live in the jungle and I live in Catford.
There's a train of thought that says that we came to this planet thousands, hundreds, millions, whatever, years ago, and in fact already did colonise this planet as an alien race.
I do incline to think maybe we did start from another planet, maybe we did come from another planet.
You know, I'd love to see aliens or something similar on our planet. I think it'd be great to see how we kind of interact with them, whether they'd be similar to us or not very similar or something like that.
Would they be good golfers?
Humans were created by this giant cosmic cow licking a stone, and as it licked this stone, the humans rolled off.
Looking at birds evolved from dinosaurs. Yeah, probably could have done, because they did actually have wings, didn't they? Some dinosaurs years and years ago, didn't they? So that was the size of the dinosaur, and how do you get something like a sparrow or a little wren or something like that from something that's absolutely ginormous, this huge, great sort of dinosaur?
I don't know really. I haven't ever really given it much thought.
Yeah, where'd you get these questions from?
Well, you know, your evolution, that's all a load of rubbish, isn't it? It's not true, is it? It's a load of rubbish. How can you possibly evolve a set of wings? It's not going to happen, is it? I mean, I'd like a set of wings. I'd love a set of wings. In fact, if I could have anything, I'd definitely have a set of wings, but it wouldn't matter how many times I jumped off a tall building, I'd never grow wings. And even if I jumped off a tall building and then my child jumped off a tall building and his child jumped off a tall building and we did that forever and ever and ever, there is not the slightest chance that wings would grow out of my back.
We all started off much the same kind of thing. We all were waddling along on our bellies to begin with. Then we grew arms and heads and legs, and some of us got up and walked, and some of us stayed down crawling around. No, I'm glad I've evolved the way I am. I wouldn't like to have been further back in the evolutionary scale.
I think we've evolved to our full potential. I think we have.
Possibly.
It's hard to...
Maybe not on an intellectual basis, because
I don't know, it's hard
more and more.
Hard to see how you can improve further, isn't it?
we'd be able to do some good tricks if we had a couple more legs. I'm sure we'd be able to work out some new stunts for the show, so that could be a positive advantage, definitely at this stage.
Depends whose legs they were, doesn't it, really?
I think, I mean, obviously we'd adapt in whatever way if we had extra legs, but...
We were, wouldn't it? If you had 6 legs, where would your arse be?
Yeah.
I don't know whether physiologically we're developing.
The only thing I can think of is that because we have such stressed lives, we're much more aware of exercising to release the stress, and so we're getting more toned bodies than we might have had.
I've got as far as I'd like to evolve as I am at the moment. At the moment.
I'm searching, you know what I mean?
Aren't we all?
Maybe one day I'll just wake up and think, I have evolved.
One day we think you got there, the next minute you get run over.
That's it, game over. You know what I mean?
I regard myself as a kind of ego-driven space-time meat vehicle, and I'm in the centre as the driver, trapped inside the folly of the monkey ego. But I accept that's limitations, but I know that the truth is that it's actually just a space-time version of a larger hyperdimensional information field.
Oh, jeez.
I just think, at the end of the day, it's about genetic transport. Basically, we're just hauling genomes along in a bag, which is our body, from century to century. I think that's what it's all about, folks, you know?
It's noticeable we don't get cold winters anymore. They're just wet. So, we might survive another blend.
Well, it's Blackpool. Little stick of Blackpool rock. Get that on George Formby, don't you? My little stick of Blackpool rock.
My family's been out here running a donkey ride since 1886. We've been here, so we're a long-established family, and we've seen a lot of changes over the years.
We're great beach people, but not sunburning, but not sunbathing. The bottom line is we never sunbathe.
The wind, if it's too strong, it's not so comfortable. You know, it'll be cool. But today I found quite pleasant, to be quite honest. Yes, rather warmer than yesterday, I thought.
I think you just take potluck, don't you?
A little bit of a joke, isn't it?
If it rains, then we've got wet weather gear, so it doesn't really stop us.
When it does rain, it clears the beach. As soon as you get some rain, there can be thousands of people along the beach. As soon as you get a drop of that rain, they're gone.
Donkey rides and dodging cars and candy floss, toffee apples, they're the things that you sort of associate with British seaside resort, you know.
Yeah, indeed. My wife and I holiday annually in Cornwall or Devon. My wife actually must have sea and coast on her holiday agenda, so that over the many years, even though all our holidays have been in Britain, we've only once been to a non-coastal county, which is Shropshire. We had a fine holiday there, but the need to be near the sea nevertheless draws us back time and time again.
I think the favourite beach that I do is right up there where you can see the cliffs at Scarborough, where the donkey ride. It's on the south side, on the north side. I think that's the nicest part of the Bridlington Beach, but I think the Scarborough Beach is the nicest one that I've ever been to.
Yes, I think we've got a lovely beach. The only problem is obviously the sea doesn't come in very often. Usually it's only in twice a day, and it usually seems to be the wrong time of the day for holiday makers.
What I love is just splashing in the waves, and it's really cold, and you just jump in the sea, swim around in there, and it's really nice.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. No, too many germs in the sea. Too many things that can make you ill and bad. You know, if you want to stay healthy, stay out of the sea. That's what I say.
Not very good at swimming. I just sink. Don't know why that is. I do though. It's true, because people say if you lie on your back you float. Well, you don't. Well, I don't. I just sink.
I do like swimming in the sea. I've always done it. We used to go to Cornwall, which it was nice, but it was always windy, always cold. But if I find this area, we always feel, you know, much better. I wouldn't mind living down there, to be quite honest.
I had octopus once when we were. I didn't know it was octopus, Mummy.
Very tough, isn't it?
Yes.
Very tough.
But I ate it. I'm saying now that I won't eat prawns and all these things, but I
chewy.
ate that. But when I knew afterwards, like everybody else, I felt quite ill.
In our own part of the world, we're extremely attached to Whitby and visited in what's called our Whitby season, which is from October to March.
I've always felt uncomfortable with hot weather. I don't like hot weather. I don't like it. So, and you don't either.
No, I
Yeah.
can't.
So we're agreed on that.
I love sunbathing because it's very warm and it's very relaxing, and it's almost like just being in bed, really, isn't it? Except it's like having a big electric blanket over you all the time, and you go brown, and that's always good.
I can't sunbathe for very long because I had a very hot summer. I got sunstroke and I can't sit out in it too long. I can sit for so long, I sit for an hour, put some plenty of cream on, but after that I start feeling sickly and I've got to come in.
At the end of the day, what's it doing? It's cooking you, isn't it? The sun is actually cooking you.
Plus I
That's
get
why you
heat
go
rash.
brown flat.
If I'm in it for 10 minutes, I get a heat rash.
No, don't want to burn my skin, do I? Bad for you.
I love scrambling over rocks, being in the rock pools and just looking for cracks and looking for mussels.
Oh, the best place for rock pooling is definitely Sidmouth. Really, really, really lovely rock pools everywhere. And I was rock pooling with all the little kids. And I was sort of digging around with, like, when marvelling at nature. Oh, this disgusting thing, this turd fish, and it came really slovenly, and I pulled it up and I was trying to sort of marvel at it with the children. It was so disgusting. I just ended up screaming and chucking it back.
Well, you notice pollution. I think they're a lot cleaner than they used to be, the beaches in this country. They're beginning to get their act together, I think, now. Well, they have to, don't they? There's the European regulations on beaches.
Well, the one what springs to my mind was a very, very big spillage.
Worst fear, I suppose, isn't it? If you dive in, you dive in.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in the water and come up with, like, oil all over you.
Yeah.
It must put people off a holiday to see the state of it.
I think they get fined. I'm almost certain they do get fined. The ship owners.
Pollution is a problem everywhere, isn't it? I don't know. On the beach, what do you get? What pollution do you get on the beach? You get, well, too many people probably with worse pollution and radios.
We wouldn't sit next to someone that had radios blaring out and were really being loud and everything. I think if they came and sat next to us, we'd move. If we were sitting on the beach, or if they had dogs or stuff like that. We wouldn't stay there.
But the only reason I'm still doing this job is because of the children. If you see their faces as they get off a coach, remember some have never seen a beach before, and it gives us great pleasure. The children are what make the job.
The old stuff, the donkeys and the carts and things like that, they're going to be around for a long time to come, yeah. The high-tech games, I think really they've had their day.
So coming back tomorrow and hopefully swim again. Not doing well. I don't know what the forecast is for tomorrow, but if it's like this, we shall be here. Okay. Nice to spoken to you anyway.
As to the finest holiday that I've had, I would probably say, paradoxically, that it was in the Lake District during the foot and mouth epidemic.
My
ideal British holiday. I'd probably like a weekend city break myself, living by the sea.
Don't mind if I hit this bit.
How often do you get out and about in the grounds?
There was a time when I was a young man that I used to regularly go for long walks around, but I don't often go in without somebody telling me which way to go.
From here you go out in front of the house, up towards Park Hill, possibly where you came in. Did you come down the hill? You probably came down the hill. But instead of going up the hill, you turn left through the no entry, so you're going up the no entry the wrong way. Go up to the safari office, just say to the person in the safari office, you know, you're going up to see them, and they'll send you up. Either you'll go up the back road round, or you'll go in the same way as the public, and whoever's on, you know, whoever you want to talk to will be there.
I've been here just over a year now in the safari park.
Have you always been into animals and stuff?
Yes, I lived in a game reserve for about 14 years before I moved to England. So you get used to the animals around you.
I have been living here a while, so actually I find that it's quite similar in the way that there are a lot of foreign people and the people are really friendly. So obviously I find this place nice to stay here.
I do like Catherine, the zebra, Katie rather. She looks like she's like the zebra equivalent of like a tennis ball that your dog's had for years, and he's bitten all like the fluff away, and you've just got that like hard black rubber under surface with a couple of patches of what used to be the outside of the ball. She's so old now, bless her, she's losing her stripes.
I'm very, what's the word? What's the word, Jeff, when women sort of are frightened of me? What do you call it? What's it called? Come on. Oi. Yes, you said to me, English women don't like me because I'm what? Too much of a threat. I give out sexual appeal.
The hippos don't do anything. 22 hours a day of sleep and 2 hours of eating. That's about it. They are so bone idle.
No. I kind of suck up to the boss, so I ain't got to do any work. I just get to sit out back doing nothing all day.
Oh, my daily routine, right? I get up at about 7 o'clock and I'm usually in work by about 8, and that's quite good because it's quite quiet between 8 and 9. And then I run around for about 12 hours and then come home again.
You'll end up having a laugh all day because of the fact if you didn't, you'd end up crying. But yeah, it's cold, muddy in the winter, but of the summer, obviously, you know, your muscles are big. You feel a bit sure of yourself, like the old sun comes out, everyone's a poser, and yeah, you know, it's have a laugh, and then home, sleep, and that's it. That's it really, it's just, yeah, good.
Do you get lots of problems with the monkeys putting cars to pieces?
It depends on what mood the monkeys are in. I mean, if it's really hot weather, then you say if you see any monkeys doing much damage.
Or they whip windscreen wipers off and things like that.
But it depends on what mood the monkeys are in completely to what damage they do.
The Volkswagen was the make that came to pieces the easiest. And the old Triumph Acclaim, if you had one of those, when it went out, there wasn't a lot left on it afterwards.
I think sort of the great apes are capable of thinking it up to a point, but they can't follow a chain of thought very far. The concept that
male monkeys like red coloured cars because female bottoms are red when they're in season. They sort of shine a bit more.
Blanky check pen, here we go.
What's the matter?
Sophie's eating a mouse.
We don't really get involved with the food side of things. We don't actually eat here as such. You know, we've obviously got our own home life. We go home obviously to sleep when we've got to sleep. Specific sort of. Hello. All right. Have a cup of tea. That's right. Yeah. Come to the back door. Somebody will meet you there. Okay.
Well, I once set something that had fallen down in the, or been knocked down, I don't know quite how it came to my plate, in the safari park. And that was an antelope of some kind and had a special name, but I can't really remember what it was. And that, I think, we all had a portion of it somewhere around the estate.
You can guarantee someone will come up to the fence, won't they, and go, "What type of animal's that?" and think it's really, really, really funny. They do though, don't they?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it a monkey? Maybe I just look weird.
Maybe you do.
Right, yeah.
No, it does happen, yes.
It's when they stop whistling and looking that you start worrying, you know. Your face.
We should have started this early, you know. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Come on, Brian.
Please stop looking at me like that.
I'm not looking. How do you cope? I'm so sorry. How do you cope?
Look at you making me laugh.
I'm not. It's you.
No, sir, I employ artists to do all the...
I'm hoping to get a working permit to stay working in the safari park, but unfortunately I don't know yet, so it's going to take about another 6 months for me to find out.
Oh no, I'll definitely stay here. It's just easy work. Yeah, I'll stay for quite a while, I think. Can't really be bothered to do anything else.
This summer is going to be the last summer I'm going to be here. I've been here a while, and really, I haven't traveled as much as I would like.
Usually got a chuck whizzing bicycle jump in that.
We went to Bath yesterday. I think it's just an amazing place.
Do you know how old I am? What do you think? I won't be cross, I promise.
I can't speak.
Oh, come on. Mouth it. Next.
Is that the way out?
No idea.
We're following you.
No, we're trying to find a way in. We know where the way out is.
You don't know the way out.
This isn't the way out though, is it?